After 1 month, she was laying on the couch, was staring outside, tears were falling from her eyes. She was looking so sick, her hair was messy, and it was looking like she didn't change her clothes. They were looking so old and dirty. Snow was falling as the weather was so cold. Her nose was running. One Pop, he left me and got married to the girl whom I hated the most. I know he didn't know about my relationship with her, but how could he engage with her in a month? Was he love her? She wiped her tears. Minnie was my cousin. I hated her the most. She and her family humiliated me in front of so much and couldn't do anything against him because I didn't have money. Now he was her fiancé and I would never meet him again in my life. 1 year later, she was again walking here happily. She loved the snowy weather so much she closed her eyes and took a deep breath. Now there was no money in her life. She was doing a part-time job and her financial condition was controlled. She was happy because she forgot everything. She spent a whole year in grief, but now she decided to move on. She thought that she would not die without him. She still had love for him because he was with her in her hard time and he didn't do anything wrong because he always saw her as a friend. It was her mistake to fall in love with him. He helped her and gave her everything. She didn't blame him because it was his wife. If he didn't fall in love with her, it was his choice. She became busy in her life. She was standing there, but suddenly Mira came and moved and pleased and opened her eyes. Mira started laughing. Mira, are you crazy? Yeah, I know. What are you doing here? I was passing, but then I saw you standing here. Where are you going? I'm going to my friend's house. Wanna join me? Okay, I'm free today. They smiled and was started walking. At her friend's house. Why and I met Molly at Billy's party and then we became friends. Nice to meet you, Molly smiled. Come and sit. Then entrance and Molly went to the kitchen and they were sitting in silence feeling awkward. Suddenly someone entered the house and they both looked up. They were staring at him. He entered and looked at them and then he turned his gaze. Because of Shyness, he realized that they were staring at his beauty. He walked down the stairs and they still watching them with no shame. Suddenly, Molly came and put the shoes in front of them. They both came back to their senses and one cleared throats out of awkwardness. What happened? Molly asked. Nothing. We were just talking, she said while trying hard to sound good. But when I came, why were you looking at the stairs? We were checking the design. Yeah, it is so beautiful. Molly was looking at them weirdly because they were appreciating the design of stairs. Okay, but let's start eating. Yeah, Molly grabbed herself and noticed something. Mine was feeling so awkward because she was checking her brother. Actually, her brother had a different type of personality, which was so clever. He had a small and humor. Now Molly started talking to them, and mine got busy with her. Mine, her brother was damn handsome. I don't know when I got lost in his beauty. Mira, do you have any shame? You have a fiance? Mira smiled in regret. I'm just appreciating his beauty. Nothing is wrong in it. Mine just harmed. Why don't teach me I love my fiancé? I know they walked towards the house while talking about her marriage. While on the other hand, do you like my photo on the cover of my brand? He looked at her and nodded. Say something. Why do you always ignore me? I'm not ignoring you. Then why do you always answer me in harming? Why don't you compliment me now? Tell me, am I looking beautiful? Django didn't want to say anything or compliment, but you're looking beautiful. She smiled. I love you. And then he got up. I know our marriage will be arranged, but this is not possible to fall in love. I'm trying my best to win your heart. Then stop trying. Don't lose your words, okay, as you wish, but do you love someone else? Do you have someone in your heart you can share? Really, I don't want to talk about this matter because I'm worried about the rating of the company. Don't worry, she walked towards him and show me. At night. Changa was finding the files, but suddenly a picture fell down. He grabbed the photo and it was his and Vian's. He softly touched the photo and I hope you will have a happy life. He smiled and put the photo back in the drawer. Mom was lying on the bed, but suddenly the doorbell rang. She got up and opened the door and got stunned after seeing Molly's brother. Hi. Hi, you forgot this at our house. So my sister told me to give you this. Oh, thank you. Bye. And then he walked out. She came back and sat down. He must break so many hearts. She was looking at him through the window. He was walking like a model. She was watching him, but why and mindfulness and what happened? My fiance is angry at me and I want to buy something for him. But why is he angry with on you? He must because I talk about the Phoenix in front of him. Are you crazy? How can you talk about another man in front of your fiance? I made a mistake, but let's go. I nodded, but why? And she looked at her. I saw Phoenix coming out of the company. Did he come to meet you? Yeah, he came here to give me back this. Mira, stop, I don't like him. I know. Now let's go. And they both started walking out in the mall. Why look at Janko's father's perfume and she looked at the photo and he is now engaged to the prince's daughter. Well, why not? You always think with why rich boys marry rich girls. They should give a chance to the poor and middle class girls. I was talking to her while Ryan was looking at his poster. She was so heartbroken because she saw him after a year. Mira looked at her. Ryan, what happened? Are you crying? She looked at me and no, don't laugh. I'm crying. I'm missing my dad. Oh no, please don't cry. Let's eat something, she said and started walking while holding her. She thought that she forgot him, but he was still in her heart. All day she controlled her tears because in the hallmark there was everywhere his photos. When he was more rich than him. Think about this, but after getting with money, his father's business became more rich. She came back and closed the door behind her and sat down on the floor and started thinking about her father. My grandfather kicked out my dad out of the mansion, and after he came to know that my dad engaged married my daughter. He didn't like my mother and didn't want her to be with my dad. After that, my dad sold everything to meet the expense. Was a tragic attempt when my mother died while giving me birth. It was so heartbreaking, but he didn't leave me alone or give me anyone. He went back to his dad, but his dad didn't accept him and they were shifted out of the country, leaving my dad alone here. He did so much for me. I never asked him to bring me twice, but he did. He did so much and in the end he fell sick. It was so hard for him to take care of baby alone, but he did. He admitted in the hospital and after his dad came back for him. His dad tried everything to wake him up because he was in coma. My life became good, but still I didn't forget what they did to my dad. I never tell anyone about my family, from which family I brought the richest family of the country. I couldn't forget how his daughter finally treated me. She humiliated me and treated me worse than maids. I waited for my dad woke up, but he died in a coma, and then left their house and started living alone. They all again went out of the country. Sometimes he beat him. He told me everything about his fathers. I want to take revenge, but how I'm nothing, so it's useless to think about rich or getting any luxury life. I never dream about getting rich because I want happiness. Seeing him with her break my heart. He said that his father forced him to spend his life on the orders of him, but he couldn't do anything because when he discovered his father beat his mother, so he was doing everything on the orders of his father. She stared at the road through the window while imagining life. She looked at the a few years later. One was sitting and giving an interview. Her heartbeat was so fast and she was giving the interview so confidently that man smiled and could you can go now. We will call you tomorrow. Okay, she got up and walked out while her CV was on the table. She came back and do you get a job? They said they will call me tomorrow. Okay, I hope they will select you. I think so they will reject me because this is my dad is the biggest company of the company. Don't be insecure. Yeah, he said. She sat down on the couch while having a sign. Mira was also working on a company, but in the next day, I select you because you have so much confidence and like your personality. I also see your hard work. You worked in two places before. That means you have experience. Yes, sir, can I come today? Yes, his man smiled and happily got up. Thank you so much. He nodded and she went. She came back and told Mira, and they both were so happy. Mira was so happy for her because she knew about her hard life. She wanted her to get a success, and now she was so happy for her. He started working on every day. She saw different businessmen which came from partnership. She never imagined seeing all these people and all. She never wished to see them. So it was her luck. In the start, girl started dancing because the boss always praised Ryan. Her boss was a middle-aged man named Zhang Han. His mother was Chinese, that's why he had a Chinese name. No one was sitting while working, but suddenly her boss called her. She got up and walked into his cabin. Ryan, I have work for you. What is it, boss? You have to go with Zan. His secretary, my business partner. Bring those files to him after hearing the name Joy or full stop. You just have to join him. Okay, and you can go now. She nodded and walked out. So that means I have to go to his company. He's working with his dad and don't want to see him again, especially with money. I don't want to go, but I can't refuse my boss. She put her head on the table out of confusion, while on the other. What do you want to pretend, huh? He said while grabbing her. She was dead because she was trying to, but he was so strong. She was falling from her eyes as she was. But Dad, what are you doing? He ran to him and pushed him. His mother started coughing. Do you want? Shut up and get out. No, now I can't tolerate your behavior is mother started drinking water. I'm trying to leave you with mom. Don't ever think that your mom will stay with me. If you want, then go. Go looked at his mother and mom, let's go. But she looked at him with tears and Jungkook go. Mom, are you serious? You still want to stay with him? You try to kill him. Don't come in between us, Jungkook. Know your place. Mom, let's go, Jungkook. Please, I go. Dad is saying right. Don't come between us. Mom, Melanie tell him to get out. Jungkook go out. No. Jungkook said get out. He stepped back and went out. His mother started crying. Melanie stopped crying beside while sitting by beside her father was always a store's person. His father didn't leave him because she didn't want her son to inherit. She didn't want to ruin her son's life because his father said if she left him, he would kick Jungkook out and humiliate him. That's why she was staying with him. He was sitting here looking at the sky. He was lost in his thoughts. He hated his father because his father was so mean towards him. And when his father came to know that Janko was with someone, he forcefully engaged him to marry because he wanted his company to be popular. He never wanted to hurt her, but he always treated her like a friend because he knew that one day he would leave her. His tears were falling. He was sick of toxic family. He wanted to be happy. He grabbed his album and opened the photos, and then he smiled after seeing her photo. 2 days later. When entered the company with the secretary, her heartbeat was fast because she thought that she would see him, but he was not in the company. They entered the room and she saw his father sitting on the chair. He looked at them and offered them to sit down. The secretary handed him the files and he started checking them. But he's not here. He looked at Ryan and after a while noted, you know him? Yes, he was my good friend. He hummed and then he started talking with the secretary and realized that he had a fight with the father. Now she was sitting on the couch. They were sitting in one of his photos. She was looking outside because she wanted to see him. She was within her thoughts when Tania's cell phone started ringing. She picked up the call and one week after attend a business party after 2 days. What? But why? Boss ordered us. Okay, he can ended the call and lay down. Her mind was still on her. She just wanted to see. 2 days later. Mom, I don't want to go. I'm not interested, Janko. You are going to represent the company. You are here and you have to go with money. But no, why? She's your fiance. She's my fiance because dad forced me to engage with her. Mom, why do you care about his business so much? I really don't care. Because you don't know poverty. I had experiences in my life and also you don't know how Mr. Mill's son died after I kicked out him. I don't want you to end up like him. What is his name? His name was Yon. Yon, I think so. I had his name before. Okay, but now you have to go. I just can't see you in that condition. I know your father is toxic, but he loves you so much. I don't need this type of love and care. See whatever you want, but you have to go there. Okay, mom, I know he ruined your life, but you didn't leave him because of me. You didn't want to leave me alone. Yes, I always want to see you successful. Now go and represent yourself and your company. Now it's your time. When I entered the party with the psychiatrist, she was looking around because there were so many rich people. She was not looking for because she was also wearing an expensive dress. She stood beside the psychiatrist and they started talking to someone. Suddenly she saw Vinny. Vinny was looking so happy once. He entered the party and everyone started greeting him. He was new and came from powerful family, so everyone was giving him so much respect. Joanne was staring at him. Suddenly he turned and saw her. He widely smiled as he was so happy to see her again and walked towards her. Vani was watching them. Her face was when he walked towards Vine. And then Vine, what a surprise! I'm so happy to see you again. Vine smiled. Really, but you never come to meet me. Yeah, it's a long story behind it. I will tell you one day. He was treating as he treated her before you became so beautiful. Thank you, Mommy. Was looking at them happily. So tell me, I come back from the one's light. He smiled nice. He was looking at her with so much love, but suddenly she came and looked at her and, oh, why not can you enter here? Janku looked at her. What do you mean? I mean, who let you in? They all were looking at her. You are a waitress and no, why are you saying this? There was another businesswoman and man was standing beside them. Why don't you tell them you were my maid back then? And now what kind of poor girl like you come here, go to school, carry which you used to clean, tears formed in her eyes. Jung was standing there beside her seriously. No, it's not a shame to unwrap this. And when was not begging and asking money from you. Why are you making fun of her condition because she deserved this? She smiled. One glanced and looked at him. She was getting an anxiety attack. Her hands started shaking as she was shivering. Their lava ringing on her mind. Janko noticed that and then vanished her to her. What? But for what? Say sorry now. He angrily said Jungkook. He looked at her, don't say anything to her, she is right. And then she ran out. He also muttered when he followed him. Why are you going? Listen to me first. I never think that you are this much ruthless and mean. You are such a mean guy. Don't you think that's okay? It's not okay to provoke someone's poverty. Why are you yelling at me because of fight? Shut up, I don't want know why rich people think of themselves superior than others. Don't come behind me, he walked out. She was standing there in anger. She called her secret boyfriend and one came in after her and she was crying like a mess. She locked the bathroom door and sat down on the floor while crying. He entered the apartment just because she forgot to lock the main door. He started banging the door. Man, open the door. Chanko, just leave me alone. Go back to your fiancé. I'm sorry, I don't know that she's so mean. I don't know why she says that to you. She was making fun of me because she knew everything about me from what are you talking about? Nothing, just leave me alone. Okay, I'm going. He laid and sat down on the couch while waiting for her, and after an hour she came out and saw him. She walked towards him and sat down beside him. Stop crying, he said. You should be with your fiancée. I don't care about her, but tell me what relationship you have with her. His jaw was on the floor after hearing this. He couldn't believe it. Yes, she belonged to the richest family of the country, but lived her life worse than the people. She told him everything, and he promised that he would take her father's inheritance. After 1 month, you you give her more importance than to me. You don't even think about me. I know you have a secret boyfriend. Her face fell and heartbeat increased. I don't have any secret boyfriend. What are you talking about? His name is Phoenix, and you have been with me for years. You are just pretending that you love me. But I didn't care about you because you were with me just because of the business. Chunk was not true, and then he showed up pictures. I'm not a kid, and also got ready because you and your father were going to give her the part of inheritance. Understand? What a joke. You can't do anything against me and my father, but don't forget who's your father's partner. Changu started laughing. Why are you laughing? Because she is going to stand against your father, and you know. If this news comes in media that you and your father abused her, then ready for the destruction. You are doing this, I'm right. I don't know. He smirked and walked out. Don't worry about them because I'm with you. I nodded. Thank you. She smiled and it's okay. After talking about many things, one came up. She was standing in front of his father's company and then she saw him on the edge of the room because before doing anything, he fell down in front of her eyes with her and as his father's blood was flowing. She stepped back and people stood around him. She called him immediately and he's in a coma, but doctor was saying that he will wake up, so don't cry, mom. His mother nodded and was standing there. She was on leave from the company's flat, but she was there for them. His father's ribs were broken, but he had a chance to. And their uncle was thinking that the uncle was helping her, forcing them to give her money. Just to save his reputation, he gave half of the property to man as his father's inheritance. The rating of the company was so easy when he was depressed. He was sitting there and suddenly Mrs. Joanne he looked at her and so you have very crazy because of your idiot son. I have lost a lot of money. And you are asking me, am I happy or not? But you don't have to call my son idiot because he didn't put this calculation on you. I looked at her and why do you do this? Well, one was so innocent and I waited too hard for her. And also, do you remember when he put face application on me and I cheated her joy? And because of that, he paid me so much and after that, he never treated me well. He didn't believe me. His captain started hating but the cops and Mrs. I told you that he did this. He looked at the cops and they arrested him. Mrs. Joy smiled and started laughing. She also got revenge from Joy. She ordered guards to throw him. While on the other hand, are you happy now, Ryan? Are you mad at me? No, I think so that you are mad at me. Why not? I know you love me. She looked at him, but I don't want to hurt your feelings at that time. That's why I remained friends with you. But I didn't say I love you. You don't, he said embarrassedly. I see you as a friend, and thanks for helping me. You still see me as a friend. She nodded while cutting the veggies. If I say I love you, you are kidding, I'm not. But if I didn't come here and all of that didn't happen, would you still love me? I love you from the start, and if all this doesn't happen, I made another plan to get you. She told. I still see you as a friend. Uncle, please, he started walking and he started following her. I just don't want to hurt you, but he didn't know what he is in the present. Absence, she cried so much, he didn't know that she loved him so much. I thought and that she loved him as a friend, but changed his attraction for her. And after that, he tried to convince her, and after so many years, she agreed to marry him. And so many times she agreed to marry him if he didn't get And when he reached me, he was still married because he loved her so much. Now he came into the room and jumped out of happiness.